Alrighty, so we got Studio Series Rise of the Beast Scourge here. Thought I would do a little transformation video and I can talk about my thoughts here because I was typing out a comment or a post with like a little bit of a text review, but I ham-fisted and deleted it halfway through, and I can't really be bothered to try to retype all that again. Now, I thought I'd start Scourge off in truck mode here because it should be easier to transform behind the camera here. This is not my normal sort of skill set, so don't expect anything miraculous out of me here. But basically, we've got him in truck mode. I've seen a lot of people questioning this particular part here and seeing if this can slide forward to cover up that gap with the orange or anything. I don't see any way that it can. He just seems to have that gap in the hood in truck mode because this is his shoulder pad and it shifts over this barrel, and so it needs that cut out. You can see he's got a pretty messy and hollow rear to the truck, but that's pretty common, I feel, on Studio Series trucks. He's got his weird weapon storage back here, which took me forever to figure out. This weapon in particular was really hard to suss out without instructions, but looking at other pictures, it seems like his truck has like these big cement scoop things or pusher devices or something like that, and then a big extra gas tank or something like that. So that's definitely what this is meant to emulate. Wow, this guy really does not show up well on this camera, but y'all are just going to have to bear with me. Anyway, got some basic looks at the truck. I think this figure overall came together really nicely. Let's go ahead and just start transforming him. Let's see. So here's the blaster accessory. Oh, Jesus. And it's got this super weird thing where this piece and this piece are the same exact mold, and they've kind of mirrored them so that they can fold and collapse up into the arm cannon. I'll set that off to the side. And then as for the figure here, now, where to start? Probably the best thing is to just kind of fold up these sides here. The smokestacks will pivot too. That's going to wind up on his back, but that releases everything so that we can start transforming everything else. I'll do the legs. The sword tabs into the side of this leg. These do not really hold together. There are these pegs. There's a peg there that pegs into the side of the leg here, but they just don't hold very nicely. We'll take those. We rotate the leg. It's interesting, I've seen comments pointing out that he's got a split fifth wheel along the fronts of his thighs, and it is funny because when you transform him to vehicle mode, they flip, and so they are literally backwards, but it must just be faux parts for robot mode. The feet flip down very simply, and then here's the cool toe articulation that some people may have seen me mention. That is totally usable when he's in robot mode. It actually is quite helpful for poses. Okay, so we've got his legs done, and then let's kind of take the grill apart. So this snaps down, which will release the shoulders. And then those can be folded out. Here's one arm. Here's the other arm. So those can kind of fold up. Then if we move around to the front of the truck here, grill is attached to this side. That wheel flips down. The grill is on an armature that turns, and then folds in front to become the chest. There's the other wheel. I like how these store in the chest. And boom. And then we can fold this down and fold these up. So this is a soft plastic piece, by the way, on his chest here, and it hides the clear orange grill that has the faction symbols all molded into it. Then let's flip forward the shoulders. Let's tidy up the backpack. So this double hinges out. This hinges in. This hinges in. These hinge in. Oh, those go first. That's right. These go first. Then this hinges down. Then all of this collapses. How does it collapse again? It goes like so. So there, and then collapse again and tabs in. There, his chest plastic pieces come off, you can see. Oh geez, and his head is popping off now. It's all falling apart. I will say that the ball joint on the head on mine is very loose and pops off, and has a, it's too hard to see here on my camera, but it's too sharp of an angle where it attaches to the ball joint, so it kind of levers itself off if you try to pose it too much. Oh, then we'll just kind of tidy him up. The arm blade tidies up nicely onto the side of the arm, flips open, beautiful. And then arms peg into place. There we go. And that's basically going to be Scourge transformed. There we go. All transformed into robot mode. The arm cannon is swappable with the claw arm, so this took me forever to figure out without instructions too. The hinge there has a peg that pulls off on, and then there is a little keyed section in the back of the arm cannon that can go right on there, so he can have an arm cannon. When the cannon is installed, this tab on the back of the backpack can be used to go into this slot on the arm in order to stash the arm there. If you have them switched, he's got a little slot on the back of his rear end there and tabs on the cannon that could just tab in right there. Overall, Scourge is pretty cool. He's very, very, very posable. I hope I've shown that off well enough in the photos. But he's basically got a double joint on the neck that allows for a lot of expressiveness. Huge range of motion in the shoulders. And the armor can pivot to accommodate that too. It's got basic elbows, fingers on this hand. The blade can swing up into the hand to be held. And it will clip into that 5mm post as well. And then he's got the opening and closing claw over here. That's soft rubber plastic. The blade is hard plastic, but the claws are soft. The claws are soft, the neck guard is soft, and the chest is soft on this guy. He's got a super nice unimpeded waist rotation, even with the accessory storage on there, which fell off. Really good leg articulation with thigh swivel, adequate knee bend. The feet are where it's really at though, because he can do some a little bit of toe point. He has a lot of hinge there. He's got quite a bit of tilt, and then that toe as well. That works quite nicely for poses. Overall, I can't really think if there's anything else I should mention on Scourge here. I just wanted to show people how he converts so that people can speculate maybe a little bit more with a little bit more education in mind. He's a pretty simple figure, to be honest. Doesn't transform as much as I would expect him to, especially like the rear of the truck and the leg section is a little underwhelming. But honestly, Studio Series trucks tend to underwhelm me a bit, and I think that his presence in robot mode, the way that he matches with like other Bumblebee characters, older movie toys, that sort of thing, he's fantastic. It's really grown on me. I'm definitely going to have a TerrorCon shelf with him and Nightbird and Battletrap, and probably toss the Decepticons from Bumblebee on there and a few other choice Studio Series figures that I am actually fond of, because I don't typically collect live action, but the Rise of the Beast stuff might change that for me. Alright, well, I hope this was illuminating, and don't expect these to be a common thing. I might do them every so often, but this was kind of more just a spur of the moment thing because Scourge is easy enough to show off, and I wanted to help get it out there. Alright, thank you. Bye.